Hello, my name is Andy Sutton. I'm Executive Director of the University of Minnesota Extension's Southeast Regional Sustainable Development Partnership, and I am one of the core team members of University of Minnesota's new Empowering Small Minnesota Communities opportunity. I'm here with my colleague Molly today to share with you more information about one of our 3 project pathways that's available through Empowering Small Minnesota Communities called Tactical Action. Today's presentation is focused on tactical action. Here's what you will learn in this video. You'll be able to find out more about what the tactical action pathway is and how it works. Hear about examples of the Empowering Small Minnesota Communities tactical action projects. Find out about some of the key terms that you will see in our review criteria and materials. For example, the terms infrastructure and sustainability, and how you can know if your project idea fits with the goals of this program. And last, you'll find out more about next steps for applicants pursuing the tactical action pathway.
Hi, I'm Molly Zins. This program partnership can assist your community with the tools to address your infrastructure needs. While all of our small Minnesota cities and towns have tremendous assets, we know that aging infrastructure and changing community needs present challenges that communities have to deal with today in order to realize the opportunities and vision they seek for tomorrow. The aim of this partnership is to support Minnesota communities by co-creating innovative and sustainable strategies for long-term resilient infrastructure that builds on the community's greatest assets. And now we'll hear from the mayor of the city of Vergas, Julie Brune, explaining how this is working in their communities.
I'm Julie Brune, Mayor of Vergas. Vergas was fortunate to receive a grant from the Empowering Small Minnesota Communities. The grant is to assess and direct action in addressing energy in our municipal buildings. This is a new endeavor for our small community, and ESMC has been instrumental in our ability to develop and execute the project. Their support, expertise, and the partnerships is truly positioning our community for success.
I want to share some specifics about what this project pathway is and what types of projects it's well suited for. First, tactical action is one of 3 project pathways available to communities as part of the Empowering Small Minnesota Communities program. This, like each one, provides selected communities the opportunity to partner with a University of Minnesota research team where that team contributes their expertise and efforts to an infrastructure idea, goal, challenge, or question that the community brings. So, what actually is involved in a tactical action project? First, supported projects have a community university team that works collaboratively together. University partners contribute their skills, time, and expertise to complete the work, and community partners provide on-the-ground expertise, they advise the work, and really direct it to make sure it meets their goals. Second, the project has a very clear outcome or a work product that the community applicant identifies during the application period. So, in other words, you really know what you want at the time of application or soon after, and it's a pretty clear, discrete work product that you're explaining and that the university team is providing. Then, a University of Minnesota researcher or research team would contribute their time and expertise to this particular outcome or to complete this specific work product. This in particular is a really key point. If you're unsure if your project fits the tactical action or the community futures pathway, this is one of those key differences between the two to keep in mind. So I want to note that projects in this pathway, they don't need to be limited to just one work product. For example, a single economic analysis or a single report or a map. Any project could have multiple specific work products that are developed by multiple team members. The really key point is that they're very specific and well-defined at the beginning. Third, projects take around 6 to 9 months to complete. And fourth, community partners in the tactical action pathway receive $3,000 to support their community engagement efforts. So projects in the tactical action pathway also advance resilience and social, environment, or economic sustainability. They also involve leadership by and close collaboration of community members from beginning to end. They are also highly collaborative, and they often involve some sort of community engagement that's connected to the work product, or a community engagement that's tied to how those work products or results are communicated. And then they also result in work products or outcomes that help communities identify future funding or help them more effectively apply for funds or funding opportunities they already know they want to pursue. And all of these are in support of their infrastructure projects or ideas.
These projects can be focused on a wide variety of infrastructure needs, and the outcomes can include many different types of materials, tools, or resources. While grant writing is not a part of the program, this partnership will provide many of the background materials needed for a grant proposal, such as research, data, and design. And it can also include support researching grants that are a good match for the project goals and community, identifying technical assistance resources, or assistance connecting with agencies that can help write grants. Some of the different types of tactical action projects can include researching and developing sustainable designs for potential infrastructure projects, such as stormwater management plans, trail systems, shoreline restoration strategies, recreation or park facilities, broadband connectivity, energy efficiency or clean energy options, flood mitigation plans, transportation corridors, and many more possibilities. This could also include compiling a community needs assessment to help drive the project priorities, evaluating the economic feasibility for a proposed project, including assessing a project idea's competitiveness for funding. And it might include developing tools and strategies for stakeholder and community engagement throughout the project development. For more ideas, visit our website to learn about the dozens of Minnesota communities already getting projects underway. And now we'll hear from our East Central Regional Development Commission partners, Karen Onen and Michelle Thomas, explaining their project partnership.
Greetings from East Central Minnesota. It's our pleasure to share with you a description of our Empowering Small Minnesota Communities project and the impact it will have on our communities. I'm Karen Onen.
And I'm Michelle Thomas. The East Central Minnesota public transportation system is clouded with invisible barriers that stifle transportation movement across the region. Gaps exist where public transit systems do not connect, which isolates riders and causes an issue when people need to travel farther than one provider can offer on their own.
Residents who need to go outside the transit boundaries have to rely on others to get them where they need to go. These other options are often stressful, costly, and inconvenient to their family, friends, and neighbors.
The ESMC project is helping us track data to support the need for stations where public transit systems and riders can connect and transfer.
Now you'll hear from one of our Southeast project partners with a tactical action project underway. This project partner is the Minnesota Driftless Hiking Trail in Southeast Minnesota.
Minnesota Driftless Hiking Trail is an independent, volunteer-led effort to bring a 125-mile-long backpacking trail to Southeast Minnesota. The trail hopes to tie together existing trails on public and private land, low-traffic roads, and new access agreements with willing private landowners. Our hope is that this low-impact trail can bring attention and activity to parts of Fillmore and Houston counties that have so far not been part of the outdoor recreation economy, and create a new appreciation for the region as a whole. Working with RSDP and the University of Minnesota partners has brought energy and structure to our project and helped us continue to move forward over the last year. The technical aid for our map development came at a key time as we were reaching the limits of our volunteers' capacity and skills. Mel's work on the design guidelines saved us countless hours of work for our LCCMR grant process. Janine's ongoing assistance developing relationships within the tourism sector and understanding state bureaucratic structure has been a textbook case of bringing St. Paul connections to greater Minnesota. And Andy's general management of the process has been a great double check on our own internal project management. We look forward to continuing to work with this group, as well as the work being planned with Isabel that will combine our team's history and relationships in the region with a more broadly approachable method that will help make sure we hear all voices, especially as we will be bringing on board our new director this month.
So what do we mean by a couple of these key words? When we use the phrase infrastructure, we're talking about systems that are essential for the long-term vibrant functioning of your community and your region. This often includes physical systems such as transportation or trails, energy systems, water networks, or communication elements that support community vitality and resilience. But it can also include social systems such as healthcare, education, and recreation, which foster community connections and support healthy living for community members. Our definition of sustainability includes the creation, use or reuse, and ongoing stewardship of resources, land, and goods. And in these project partnerships, it will often involve researching, designing, or evaluating innovative systems for long-term community resilience. For detailed definitions of these terms and others, head to the Frequently Asked Questions page on our website.
Now that you know more about the Tactical Action Pathway, what do you do next? First, watch the Community Futures video also and peruse all the links on our Empowering Small Minnesota Communities website to help you know if you are a Tactical Action project applicant or a Community Futures project applicant. Also, if you haven't done so, please reach out to your Empowering Small Minnesota Communities team member via the link on this slide. This is the person you're going to talk to about your idea in your region. And during these 30-minute calls, you'll have an opportunity to describe the project, find out a little bit more about empowering small Minnesota communities, help ask some questions about the application or ask some questions about the idea or university partnership that might support you. And specifically, get tips for how to make your application the best that it can be.
Be sure to follow the links shared earlier and here in this slide to learn more about the program, eligibility requirements, review criteria, and more. Once you've reviewed all of the background materials and you've had a conversation with a program team member, if you find that the Tactical Action Pathway sounds like a good fit for your community needs, go ahead and fill out an application. Please note that the Tactical Action Pathway and the Community Futures Pathway have different applications. Your community may apply to both, but it's important to know that this will include 2 different independent applications. We are accepting applications until the November 15th deadline. Thank you for your interest in the Empowering Small Minnesota Communities program, and good luck with the application.